Hey everyone, and welcome to SkillCapped. My name is Dr. Zora, and today we're going to go over the best positions that you should be playing on Bind. Many players get caught up trying to practice their aim as much as they can, but they neglect another key aspect that allows you to get kills much easier, which is playing the right position. There are multiple positions that are fantastic to play on Bind. In fact, there are so many great spots that we had to split up the map into two separate guides. This guide is going to go over the best spots to play in the A site, so let's get right into it. We're going to start off with the defender side, and one of the most standard positions you want to be playing on A is up by heaven. This position allows you to clearly check players pushing from showers or A short. You can maneuver yourself around heaven to isolate one of the positions and then quickly check the other as necessary. Especially with retakes, getting up to heaven gives you the high ground and allows you to peek with an advantage against the attackers. The operator is also a very effective weapon in this position due to the long range. Next up is gate. This is a very sneaky position to play on the defender side, especially if players have taken over A short. Attackers tend to neglect this position, in which you can then either continue hiding and wait for them to push you, or if the spike goes down Tetris, you can then time the push to get a free kill. The main position to be cautious of is the U-Haul push. However, even then, players will tend to lean towards spawn and heaven rather than checking this position. Tetris is a very standard position that you want to use when defending the A site. Similarly to heaven, you can jiggle peek around triple boxes to peek A short or showers based on the information that you gather. In this position, we recommend focusing on A short, but occasionally checking showers if you don't have a teammate watching that. With this position, you can time your peek with a player in U-Haul to get a crossfire setup and stop the A short push. Likewise, having a player in Tetris and then a player in truck checking A showers will allow your team to have both choke points covered on the A site. With the truck nearby, you can get the initial peek and then jiggle peek from multiple angles and distances to confuse the timing on the attackers and then re-peek for additional damage. This position is very safe as you are able to rotate to safety from either U-Haul or spawn as necessary. If you're playing Jet, Raze, or Omen, an off angle to play would be boosting onto truck. This is a position that players in both A short and shower are unlikely to check. However, it's important to note that this position does expose you to both choke points. So it's important that if you do choose to play this position, that you have another teammate that is helping cover the choke point that you aren't focused on. Preferably, we recommend peeking A short with this position and then having a teammate close by watching showers to cover you. Speaking of covering showers, this angle in front of the garage doors is perfect for backing up a teammate that's boosted on truck. With this, you'll be able to see the shower player before they can see your teammate. Along with that, this angle does get checked, but it's usually half checked, as players are more suspecting players to be further back at Tetris, truck, or heaven. Because of this, you can usually get at least one free kill here. Similarly to the truck boost though, this position does tend to get risky as there's nowhere to back up from if the attackers were to successfully push out of A short. An alternative position is up on this ledge near showers. This position is a really strong off angle that will definitely catch attackers from showers off guard, but it does require your team having control of A short. Otherwise, you are again likely to get surrounded and killed without anywhere to escape to. One of the best options is jumping onto the first crate outside of showers. This gives you a bit of high ground and you can play around with your positioning on the crate to throw off attackers who try to peek you. With this positioning, you will usually have the advantage during these engagements. To take things another level, if you're playing Raze, Jet, or Omen, you can also boost to a second box in this corner. This angle is very unlikely to be checked, and again, you'll be able to catch the attackers in showers off guard when they push and grab some easy kills. As you can see, there are multiple positions that you can play to defend showers. Play around with these 4 positions we just mentioned and you'll surely keep the attackers on their toes and throw them off guard as they have to decide and gamble on which angle you're going to be holding during the push. Delving into showers itself, if you initially peek showers and it is clear, a very sneaky position you can get into is deep into the right corner outside the attacker's spawn. If you hug the right wall, the attackers will actually have a difficult time spotting you, and thus they get a false sense of security and will carelessly push into shower. From there, if they pass by, they likely won't check this corner and you can get some easy shots from behind without taking any damage. We recommend only using this position occasionally, as once it's discovered, the attackers are likely going to start checking this angle the following round, and if they know your location and are pre-fired on it, you're going to be the one that's at a disadvantage. If you want to stay closer to the site, the left corner is also an effective option to get a cheeky kill on anyone who pushes into showers late. Make sure to stay a good distance from the wall though to maximize the angle advantage. This position works most effectively with agents such as Jett, Raze, and Reyna, who all have good escape options afterwards to safely get the pick without risking their lives. To keep the attackers on their toes, one of the most surprising positions you can play is boosted up onto these double boxes. This is a relatively risky position as you will be exposed to A short as well, but if you have a teammate to cover you at U-Haul, you can then focus your attention on the players pushing showers, and there is no chance the attackers will expect you here, and you'll be able to kill at least 1 and likely 2 players in the process. You will require an agent such as Jett, Raze, or Omen to reach this position, but it's a great off angle for a peek down A short, which will likely catch attackers off guard. You can also easily hop off of this box to get into safety on the site once you grab the initial kill. Now when playing U-Haul, this corner is a pretty standard position to play, but because it's so common, attackers will be ready for you to be here. If you're playing Jett, Raze, or Reyna, playing deeper to the left corner outside U-Haul can be an option to throw off the crosshairs of the attackers. With an agent such as Jett, you can quickly dash away to the right after grabbing a kill and take minimal damage. This back corner is also a great option to be in if U-Haul itself is blocked off. Defenders tend to not check this very closely, which allows you to get at least 1 kill. This position is even more powerful with agents that have an ability to dash away from, so you can get a quick pick and then escape to safety. This position here is a more standard spot that you want to be in to defend U-Haul. It's a tight knit corner in which you see just enough when enemies push it. This is a commonly checked angle, but by the time attackers get into this position, they will be exposed from multiple places on site, in which you and your teammates should have a good crossfire or setup to hold the site down. You also have a simple way to back up and play the back of U-Haul to get another surprise angle onto anyone who decides to push you. Moving on to the attacker side, now once you've gotten control and have planted the spike, a very powerful position to play is the corner outside spawn. This is a position that is very risky for defenders to check, and as such they tend to briefly glimpse at it without fully committing to the area. You'll then be able to grab a quick frag, or if anything, you should have a teammate close by that can peek with you to get the trade kill. Another simple yet effective post-plant position is this corner in showers. If defenders choose to push into showers, they have to take a 50-50 risk of peeking this angle or the angle to the left. So either they peek the wrong corner and you kill them, or they peek the right corner but you will already be positioned and ready, which still gives you the edge in the duel. You can also have a second player in showers who will take the initial engagement. This is pretty standard for defenders to peek, however if you have another player in the other corner, they can then peek immediately after the duel begins to grab a quick frag. Regardless if you have another player here though, this position is simple but still effective in holding down the spike if it's planted in Tetris. If you have the spike and no defenders are pushing behind you to retake, a great position to play is outside U-Haul in this corner. By moving your crosshair slightly to the left facing the wall, you'll be able to hide your character model if someone in U-Haul was to peek outside. This position isn't likely to be checked, so once the enemy pushes through and tries to look at heaven or spawn, you can then go in for the free kill. A great position that's sneaky, annoying to deal with, yet works very effectively is playing in the back side of teleporter. Most players will run through the teleporter facing forward at the exit. Because of this, they will have a very hard time dealing with any players playing in the back of TP, in which you can then get an immediate kill afterwards onto them. It's a cheesy play, yet still works at even the higher rankings. Some simple positions you can play when defending the spike is in cubby. By being tucked into this corner, you will force defenders to have to push deeper through A short and waste more time while the spike is ticking. Not only that, but you also have the option to peek at the right time to take care of any players who are occupied elsewhere on other areas of the site. To take things to literally another level, if you're playing Raze or Jett, you can quickly boost onto double stack and get an off angle on the players on site or U-Haul. In particular, this position is especially powerful as it also lets you look all the way to the back of site where you can net a free headshot, which these players will certainly not expect. Along with that, you can also peek heaven with this off angle to throw them off guard, especially if they have an operator that will require them to hit an insane flick shot, which is very unlikely, and you can then shoot them down. If you know someone is flanking from the B site, playing an off angle that's a few inches from the back corner of cubby is going to be ideal. Defenders are unlikely to have their crosshair placed here, in which you can get an easy flank kill onto them. Do note that you will be exposed to heaven here, so make sure you have a player that is covering that, or you know for sure that defenders can't push there before you play this position. Moving on to some sneaky angles you can play, one of them is this ledge in a lobby. By playing the corner and crouching down, you can spot defenders that are trying to rotate from the B site. It's very unlikely they'll expect a player in this position, where you'll then be able to get a quick frag. Playing exit is a simple yet effective way to grab a quick pick onto the defenders. Many times the shower player will get antsy as the timer ticks and they will try to push through to check if anyone is here. When that happens, you can then crouch under the smaller box, making yourself a harder target as you rain bullets onto their heads. If the shower defender plays even more aggressively, jumping onto these boxes in the left corner is another great way to catch them off guard and punish them for the push. This position is best used against an overly confident defender and will quickly humble them down. An even more annoying position to be in is on these crates outside of spawn. Now this position really only works if you have learned that the defenders are playing hyper aggressive, in which you can then punish them for trying to attempt a big flank. Alright, so which position was your favorite to play on Bind? Let us know in the comment section below. And while you're down there, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get more premium guides just like this one with one goal in mind: helping you become a better player. We here at SkillCapped want to thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next. I'm Dr. Zora, and good luck out there.